behind us on the left.
I don't think so. Second story window. Curtain moved.
I'm not in a good position. Let him stick his neck out.
Interesting facts about famous people.
Ensemble casts in westerns. The western has been a favourite genre for decades. There is a huge variety of westerns, with many subgenres, characters and stories, to satisfy everyone. We also saw some westerns where the story didn't just include one or two key characters. Some brought an ensemble of characters together. The Magnificent Seven is perhaps the most famous of these. Today we will take a look at a sample of great ensemble westerns. So let's gear up and get ready. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. How the West Was Won, 1962. Directors John Ford, segment The Civil War. Henry Hathaway, segments The Rivers, The Plains, The Outlaws. George Marshall, segment The Railroad. Henry Fonda, Gregory Peck, John Wayne, James Stewart. Hathaway, Ford and Marshall teamed up to create this western epic, How the West Was Won, telling the entire history of the Old West in 5 chapters. Each chapter has its own ensemble cast, featuring such actors as Gregory Peck, James Stewart, Debbie Reynolds and Harry Dean Stanton. A who's who of western movie greats: Henry Fonda, John Wayne, Lee J. Cobb, Eli Wallach, Russ Tamburlaine, Andy Devine, Lee Van Cleef, and Raymond Massey as Abraham Lincoln.
How the West Was Won startles your eyes with a huge and colorful panorama of the glorious frontier, with all its reckless adventure and its awesome violence. With its spirited romantic action spectacle, the most fabulous film ever conceived from any standpoint.
The Magnificent Seven, 1960. Director John Sturges. Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, James Coburn. Sturges brought this action-packed reinvention of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai into a western in The Magnificent Seven. A great excuse to bring together 7 A-list stars to protect a small Mexican town from an attack by ruthless bandits. This ensemble includes stars like Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Robert Vaughn, Charles Bronson, and James Coburn, and lesser known but equally great actors like the German James Dean, Horst Buchholz, and Brad Dexter. These 7 brought some Hollywood to the classic Kurosawa story.
Brett? Chris? Have a word with you.
Bad Day at Black Rock, 1955. Director John Sturges. Spencer Tracy, Anne Francis, Robert Ryan, Walter Brennan, Ernest Borgnine. Spencer Tracy arrives in a mysterious town where the locals treat him with hostility in Bad Day at Black Rock. The locals are portrayed by screen legends equal to Tracy: Robert Ryan, Ernest Borgnine, Anne Francis, Walter Brennan, Lee Marvin. The real star of Bad Day at Black Rock is the cinematographer, William Mellor, and his beautiful desert vistas. The actors make sure the dramatic mystery surrounding Kamoko's disappearance is engaging.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that if he needles me enough... Tough.
What do you do in Los Angeles, Mr. McCready?
I'm retired. Well, you might say I was forced in retirement.
What were you looking for in Adobe Flat?
Like I told you, I was looking for a fella named Komoko.
The Wild Bunch, 1969. Director, Sam Peckinpah. William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan. Peckinpah reinvented the Western genre with a violent, gritty, morally grey view of the West. In this genre-changing masterpiece, The Wild Bunch, Peckinpah made the heroes gun-toting outlaws, casting Hollywood legends to depict them. William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan, Edmund O'Brien, and Ben Johnson make up the ensemble. The Wild Bunch has no laggers in the cast.
Let's go.
The Hateful Eight, 2015. Director, Quentin Tarantino. Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Bruce Dern. Tarantino didn't want any actor who was going to stand out when he assembled the ensemble cast for The Hateful Eight. Led by Samuel L. Jackson's performance, the cast is a healthy mix of Tarantino regulars like Michael Madsen, Tim Roth, and Kurt Russell. Supporting roles who needed a bigger movie role like Walter Goggins and Damian Bircher, and almost forgotten stars who needed a comeback like Bruce Dern and Jennifer Jason Leigh. The latter scored an Oscar nod for her dark, hilarious portrayal of a wanted killer.
That money's mine, boys.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You think I'm in cahoots with that fella or her?
That's my problem, boy. I don't know. One of them fellas will kill everybody in here. Now we're talking.
Let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down.
When you get to Harold, tell him Daisy sent you.
You gon' die now?
Rio Bravo, 1959. Director, Howard Hawks. John Wayne, Angie Dickinson, Dean Martin, Walter Brennan. There isn't much of a plot in Rio Bravo. It's more of a hangout movie, as a small-town sheriff and his ragtag team wait for their prisoner's gang to arrive. So the focus is squarely on the characters, and Howard Hawks assembled a cast of icons to bring those characters to life. John Wayne leads the ensemble as the sheriff alongside Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson as his makeshift deputies. The bonds they form along the way are as captivating as any shootout. Rio Bravo is a rare western whose feminine lead, Angie Dickinson's Feathers, has real personality and agency. Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. Director, Sergio Leone. Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson, Jason Robards, Woody Strode, Jack Elam, Claudia Cardinale. A mysterious stranger with a harmonica joins forces with a notorious desperado to protect a beautiful widow from a ruthless assassin working for the railroad. Leone, who originally was going to cast Clint Eastwood, ended up casting Charles Bronson, who incidentally was his original choice for the Man with No Name trilogy. What goes around comes around. Henry Fonda, playing against type, Claudia Cardinale, and Jason Robards brought solid performances. Even the lesser roles that Woody Strode and Jack Elam brought to the screen were memorable. Young Guns, 1988. Director, Christopher Kane. Emilio Estevez, Keith Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney. A group of young men, led by Billy the Kid, become deputies to avenge the murder of the rancher who became their benefactor. But when Billy takes their authority too far, they become the hunted. An 80s western that was actually not that bad. Good enough to earn a follow-up movie in 1990, Young Guns 2. With the Rat Pack lineup of Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, and, arguably, Dermot Mulroney. The presence of Terence Stamp and Jack Palance brought some gravitas.
Rape it, Murphy, you son of a bitch. Now it's over.
Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, 1973. Director, Sam Peckinpah. James Coburn, Chris Christopherson, Jason Robards, Chill Wills, Katie Hirado, Bob Dylan, Slim Pickens, Jack Elam, Harry Dean Stanton. Pat Garrett is hired as a lawman on behalf of a group of wealthy New Mexico cattle barons to bring down his old friend, Billy the Kid. A western with an extensive ensemble cast, both major and minor roles, even a rare sighting of Bob Dylan, even contributing to the soundtrack. Well worth a look.
It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feel I'm knocking up on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Tombstone, 1993. Directors, George P. Cosmatos. Kevin Jarre, Charlton Heston scenes, uncredited. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Booth, Michael Biehn, Charlton Heston. A successful lawman's plan to retire anonymously in Tombstone, Arizona, are disrupted by the kind of outlaws he was famous for eliminating. One of the best-known westerns that retells the story of the gunfight at the OK Corral. Arguably one of the best. Certainly one of the most star-studded, up and down, with some very memorable scenes and moments.
We get ourselves into this.
You don't have to worry about a thing. I just went over there and disarmed. Come on. Come on.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.